Welcome to Read Aloud Wednesday. All right, so we're going to read this text together. So make sure that you are following along. I'm going to pause throughout the text and check to see if you are with me as we read this text, okay? All right, ready? Let's begin with the title. Try this experiment. Eggs are great objects to use for science experiments. Try this simple one that involves testing their properties with liquid ingredients. This process is sure to be exciting. Have an adult supervise you and wash your hands after handling the eggs. Now we're at the word procedure. Step 1. Place your eggs in the bowl and examine them, recording their physical properties. What do the eggs look and feel like? Step 2. Make sure you're with us as we read the text. Read with me, okay? Pour vinegar into one jar and water into the other one, making sure not to fill them completely. Label one jar vinegar and the other one water. Examine and record the physical properties of the liquids, observing how they are alike or different. Write predictions that answer questions such as, what do you think will occur when you leave an egg in each of the liquids? Step 3. Gently place each egg in a jar, observing and recording what happens. Seal the jars and set them aside for 2 days. Step 4. Carefully remove the eggs from the jars, placing each one in a separate bowl. Examine and record what happened to each egg. All right, if you're not with us, make sure you're on step 5. Hold and examine each egg. Squeeze and bounce the egg from the vinegar jar, recording your observations. Describe the physical properties of each egg. State, color, shape, texture. Write down any differences between the two eggs. Analysis. Review your predictions and observations, asking questions to form conclusions. Based on your analysis, record the types of changes that have occurred. Note, the main substance in eggshells is calcium carbonate. Vinegar and water are both liquids, but vinegar is an acid that dissolves substances like calcium carbonate. How does this information explain your observations? Great job reading the text with me. Now I'm going to read through the questions. As I read through the questions, make sure that you put down your answer. What does the word involves mean as it is used in the text? So remember, it says eggs are great objects to use for science experiments. Try this simple one that involves testing their properties with liquid ingredients. So which one does that word involves mean? And remember, this is vocabulary. So we're going to use our what? Context clues, word relationships, and background knowledge. So let's look at the answer choices. A, include a necessary person or action. B, being thoughtful and careful. C, properties of liquids. D, great objects to use. Make sure you put your answer down on your paper. Question number 2. What does the word physical mean as it is used in the text? Now remember, if we were doing this on a test, I would underline the word mean and write the word vocabulary above it. And remember, we're going to use our context clues, word relationships, and background knowledge to figure out what this word means. And if we look back in the text, it says, describe the physical properties of each egg. State, color, shape, texture. So what does physical mean? A, absorbed into a liquid, usually through mixing. B, components or parts of something. C, the structure, size, or shape of something. Or D, substances that enter into a chemical reaction. All right, question number 3. Make sure you're answering your questions with me as I go through them. What is the structure of the text? So remember, text structure. We have 6 different text structures that we can look at. We have so out of the 6, which one of these is the text structure of the text? A, chronological. B, description. C, cause and effect. D, sequence. Make sure you put your answer down on your paper. All right, number 4. How does the text structure contribute to the overall meaning of the text? Now, remember, when we see that word contribute, we mean how does it add to the meaning of the text? How does it add to that text? All right, so it describes the steps of making eggs. B, it shows the order of steps in an experiment. C, it compares water to vinegar. D, it shows the effect of liquids when conducting an experiment. Okay, put your answer down on your paper. All right, thank you for reading along with me on Read Aloud Wednesday.